Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley. We are live
We are
on the
live.
scene.
Yeah,
I'm Steve.
in the evening. And I'm Scott.
Well, you probably know by now, 5, 6 hours ago, Israel was attacked by Iran. Ballistic missiles, drones, cruise missiles, and a lot of people came to help Israel.
Which is good.
Yeah, Jordan shot down some stuff. The
Yeah.
U.S. shot down some stuff. Israel, of course. So once the dust settles and they sift through this, the Israelis, they'll put a full briefing. But about an hour ago, they said there were 200 different incidences with missiles, and it was ongoing.
What was it that admiral during the Pearl Harbor attack that he felt like they'd woke the sleeping giant?
Husband Kimmel.
Yeah, they'd woke the sleeping giant when they attacked Pearl Harbor. Well, I believe that this is going to be the same case because I think Israel has been itching to just
Get in the fight.
kick Iran's butt for
Yeah.
all the crap that they've been doing, and death to Iran, death to America.
Yeah.
So this
Couple-
is sad stuff, though.
A couple days ago, we had a segment, Feckless and Afraid, that's Biden's foreign policy, and we said, what's going to happen next? Middle East, China, Taiwan, North to South Korea, what's going to happen? And what happened?
Which we don't want any of that.
No, we don't.
Any of that is bad stuff.
But it's inevitable when you have someone feckless and afraid.
yeah. The guy is just. I mean, he's a empty suit.
All
so.
these regional, and we had a special segment on wars and rumors of wars, just
Right.
flaring up around the world. What?
Yeah, that was our sign of the
When
times.
has that ever happened to another president? You know? I mean, modern day, not,
Yeah.
not old, 200 years ago. I don't think it's ever happened. All these flare-ups.
Well, there was some, and again, I'm not trying to pick on them, but there was some itches of that kind of stuff during the Clinton administration a little bit, right? And then
Yeah, Somalia.
and a little bit with
Yeah.
when
We got
the
in
Kosovo thing was going on. That was during
Kosovo,
right, and
Grenada.
yeah, and
But
then
it
and then
wasn't
Obama.
all at once.
No, and then Obama had a little bit of issue and stuff, but yeah, nothing. This is, I don't know. The timing of this is really kind of scary because it's. I mean, we're 6-8 months away from the election,
Yeah.
and yeah, no, this is just not a good time for our country.
All of this happening at once is indicative that we do not have strength. We don't project strength in the world. They see us as weak. They do. World leaders do. And they'll do whatever they want to do.
Well, obviously that's happening now.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were just talking before we came on that what was Biden said just a day or two ago that he believed that Iran was going to attack Israel sooner than later. Well, that's great news. I hope he had.
What are you doing to help prepare?
Yeah, exactly. What are we doing to deter? Let's try to deter that stuff rather than predict it. So anyway.
Yeah, he told Iran, don't. And they did.
Yeah,
and they are doing.
Yeah, and what kind of messages has he been sending to Benjamin Netanyahu and his
I don't know. They had a meeting and then
his administration?
I was on the Zoom meeting for that with the cabinet. And
Were you?
Yeah, and it ended at 9.
Did you hack into that one, or did
No,
you,
I was
you
invited. I was invited, and so I was an advisor, and so they cut it off at 9 p.m. Eastern. Slow Mo Joe had to go Betty bye.
That was hot cocoa.
He said, he doesn't want to get bothered until he wakes up at 8 a.m. Let his peeps, war game everything overnight.
Yeah, you handle the
the
situation.
war will continue. Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with that
Right.
situation.
Okay, let's get into our segment here. Democrats have a lust for incompetence.
Sure seems like it.
Doesn't it?
It does.
There was a doozy the other day. Representative Sheila Jackson, Democrat, Texas, who once led the House Science Committee Space Subcommittee. Right?
Okay.
She led it. Actually said, and I'm going to quote this, sometimes you just need to take the opportunity just to come out and see a full moon. Is that complete rounded circle? I'm quoting her words. Is that complete rounded circle, which is made up mostly of gases? And that's why the question is, why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that?
Does she not remember back in
End quote.
back in the 60s where we landed on the moon? We had guys walking on the moon and driving around on the
She
moon.
probably thinks that's a hoax.
Well,
She probably thinks there's a man in the moon
and would a circle
made
not
out of
be
cheese.
when you draw a circle on a piece of paper? Is it not flat? Does she feel like
She thinks it's flat.
flat?
That's what she said,
Okay.
rounded.
Okay.
Instead of spherical, she said rounded. So she must have got a secret briefing from Raytheon or KBR or something that have done drilling on the moon and discovered gases inside of it. She must have got that briefing that we, lowly,
You
don't
didn't get invited to that briefing.
I wasn't on the Zoom for that one.
Gotcha.
But it must have happened if she's saying this garbage. Okay, let's unpack it. Moon is a complete rounded circle. Is she a flat earther?
Yeah, I don't know.
The Earth is flat? The moon ain't no rounded circle, it's a sphere. If the representative took the time to view the edges of the moon through a telescope, she would see that the moon has mountains and ridges. She'd be able to see that with a telescope. I've seen it. And saddles, just like the Earth, not a perfect circle.
Correct.
We can see these ridges clearly because there's no atmosphere. If there was an atmosphere, we probably wouldn't be able to see. We'd need a super telescope to do that.
And we've had more than one man set foot on the moon.
Yeah.
You know, I hope we're not talking.
And so
anybody
has Japan.
Hoaxers, that
Yeah.
because that
well,
was not a
they
hoax.
crashed a lander on the moon.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Okay.
You know, just think, she's kind of she's an odd lady, but she's had a lot of people elect her into that office. She didn't do it on her own. So they live
crazy.
amongst us. Scary deal.
The moon is full of gases. What?
Yeah.
And I was just saying, did she get a classified briefing that we don't know about? I'm not aware of anybody drilling on the moon. Are you?
I am not.
Are you? If
No.
you're aware of that, then please comment on our.
I've heard of
Whatever.
those same men that have picked up rocks and brought back samples that were not gas. They were actually rocks
Right.
and soil, and yeah. So it's
Maybe she meant nitrogen and oxygen like the Earth. There's, it's
I'm
made up
thinking
of
she-
some other thing.
I mean, when she says gases, do you think she's maybe thinking that it's made up like a cloud, like it's like a I don't know. I don't want to.
How can something rounded be?
I do not
made of
want
gases?
to second guess or try to second guess.
I don't know.
Congresswoman
This is a lust
Sheila
for stupidity.
Jackson Lee.
I mean, a lust for incompetence. People actually follow her and vote for her.
They have, yeah. She's been in Congress for a long time.
Check this. Let's see if you remember this. Just before the J6 event, there was a tweet on January 3rd, 2021, where Jennifer Lynn Lawrence said, quote, "We're bringing the cavalry, Mr. President. Remember that?" End quote. Remember that? If you want proof of average Democrat oopidstay, read the comments to that tweet. Just look at scroll down and look at the comments. I
Yeah,
mean, most are bashing her for using cavalry instead of cavalry.
Okay, I'm not a paparazzi and I'm not up on all this stuff, but is Jennifer Lawrence, is she the one that has been in she's an actress, right? Is she an actress?
No,
different Jennifer Lawrence? Okay.
That Jennifer Lawrence is a Democrat, diehard.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I just remember this tweet and how dumb it was. And you look at all the comments, they're just dumb. This is a double entendre. That's French. A figure of speech, it's right out of the dictionary, or a particular way of wording that is devised to have a double meaning. When the cavalry comes, they come to the rescue. Calvary is in reference to the crucifixion of the Savior. Thus, this lady and her followers, who are Christians, are coming to the president's rescue. Double meaning there. Stupid is as stupid does, right? Or oopidstay.
I'm good with that.
Remember the pride of Nevada, Harry Reid?
Oh yeah.
The pride of
Searchlight
Nevada.
Harry Reid. Yep.
The Senate Majority Leader, Harry Reid, said on the Senate floor in August 2012 that, quote, "So the word is out that Romney has not paid any taxes for 10 years. Let him prove that he has paid taxes because he hasn't."
You just said it. Words have meaning, right? You got people riled up about that.
Romney's rich.
He is rich.
You don't just be rich and not pay any taxes. Of course, he pays tithing too. He's a Latter-day Saint like us.
He pays his taxes. I don't like his politics, but he pays his taxes.
And to not pay taxes unless you have losses to offset the earnings. That's how it would be zero. If you had a bunch of losses from whatever. If you're in real estate, if all your real estate declined or whatever.
Yeah, he was involved in companies that would go in and buy up
Corporate
companies.
busters, yeah.
Buy up companies and right the wrongs, lean them down and right the wrongs, and then either sell them off or go with it. And very successful. So can't take that away from him.
For 10 years, Harry Reid, the pride of Nevada, said 10 years he's not been paying taxes. Ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe we should look at old Harry's, but he's gone now, so
Yeah,
he's
he's gone.
resting in peace.
And he never recanted this incompetent remark.
No, he didn't.
People actually followed him and voted for him. Is there another way to shame someone into revealing their taxes without being oopidstay about it?
Yep, never a big fan of old Harry.
This is what we're going to talk about now is ridiculous. Check this out. On October 22nd, 2020, Georgia State Representative Darshun Kendrick tweeted this. Did real Donald Trump just say 545 kids can't find their parents for came over through cartels and coyotes? That's a quote. For came over through cartels and coyotes? How the hell does a coyote bring a whole human across the border? Lord, stop talking. End quote.
Stop talking is right.
Coyote?
Oh my gosh.
She thinks an animal is dragging 545 kids. A coyote is a smuggler, a human smuggler.
Bless her
Brings
heart.
people to the border and gets them across and then goes back for more.
Yeah, and more than one at a time, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Just stop talking, okay? Kendrick, Representative Kendrick. You can't make this up. People actually followed her and voted for her.
You don't want her to stop talking? You want her to stop talking? I say keep opening up your mouth.
Well, her
Let it
followers are
flow.
going to
Let
believe
it
it.
spew. It's interesting.
And
Just
this
interesting.
was her response to the constant mocking. Lots of laughs. These keyboard bandits sure do talk big behind their keyboards. I want you all, all you're doing is getting me more followers, not less. By all means, keep being annoying. End quote. Nah, 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 nah.
And we, even though we have this information, we are not a follower. We are not a follower.
Right.
Right.
No. Here's a nickel worth of free advice. Just delete this incompetent tweet. Just delete it. If you put something out like that. Here are some gems from the pride of Hawaii, Senator Mazie Hirono.
Yeah,
the
she's-
pride of Hawaii. Senator Hirono attacked Justice Barrett during confirmation for using the term sexual preference regarding choices LGBT people make. Well, anybody in general makes about sexual encounters, coitus, fornication, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Attacking religion was demonstrably too ugly and unpopular in her previous confirmation hearing, so this was the best Hirono could do against Justice Barrett. Political correctness. Right? Sexual preference. The hilarious thing is that two of her Dem colleagues on the Judiciary Committee and Joe Biden had recently used the same term. Rules for thee, not for me. Right?
Right.
This pollen has got me going. Sorry, everybody. That sounds weird. In a tweet dated January 10th, 2018, Hirono said, quote, starting today, I'm asking nominees to our courts under oath whether or not they have a history of sexual assault or harassment.
Really?
Like in other industries, our judges are in positions of power. Really? You're going to ask a judge if they've ever had any sexual assault? Come on. Next
She's
one.
special.
The next one. The pride of Hawaii. The president, Trump, is very anti-immigrant. He's a very xenophobic, nationalistic attitude. End quote. The incompetence is baffling. How do you unpack this statement? He's anti-immigrant? Xenophobic?
No.
I mean, I writing these notes, I was like, I don't know how to explain this.
Prove it. Show us some proof that you can
Well,
make that statement.
obviously she's saying
Kinda
the
like,
wall.
Yeah,
The
just
wall.
like Harry Reid making that statement about Mitt Romney.
Now, if she
Prove
would have
it.
said anti-illegal immigrant, then I would agree with her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next one. She says, detention facilities are, quote, reminiscent of what happened to the Japanese Americans during World War II, end quote. Japanese internment was a Democrat bright idea.
It was, yeah. FDR.
FDR.
Yep.
She's talking about migrant detention facilities for illegal crossers. Didn't Obama, a Democrat, start those kennels for detention?
That's correct.
Is she insinuating those Japanese people broke the law because they were Japanese?
Yeah, no,
Well,
they were rounded up.
Yeah, I guess
They-
FDR thought that.
Yeah, exactly. You
It's
know,
disgraceful.
It was. It was that was one of our modern day mistakes. They
And
shouldn't have done that.
We've got Manzanar. It's a
Yep.
a
it's
federal.
about 160 miles north of here. Yep.
If I were the Dems, I would have destroyed all the evidence of those
Yeah, but
internment
there's
camps.
there's a little museum there. And
Yeah.
you can tour it and stuff. And there were one of many. There were
395.
several.
Oh,
There
yeah.
were several. There was
Oregon.
one in Utah. There was one in Oregon. There was one in Wyoming. There were several.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
And in pretty cold areas too. That Manzanar's right at the base of the eastern Sierra slope, and it just gets cold in the wintertime.
Cold.
So,
Okay, next one from the Pride of Hawaii, Maisie Hirono. Quote, every person in this administration who lies for real Donald Trump should resign, end quote. Honestly, if every politician resigned for lying, there would be no politicians, except maybe Mitt Romney, but that would be, I don't know.
well, there definitely wouldn't be
Stretching it.
very many in this administration that we have now either. So,
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, that's like saying, well, if anyone who lies for Biden resign, I mean, that would be all the
Right.
Democrats. All the Democrats.
Yeah, if you want that to happen, pass a law and see how far it goes.
And some people couldn't stand it, so they switched over to the Republicans. Like that New Jersey politician.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
Okay, here's the next one. Trump governs by chaos, which he mainly creates himself. This is the only honest thing she's ever said. I bet our enemies were just as baffled as Maisie Hirono. Don't you want to keep your enemies off balance by the chaos?
Yeah,
Oh my
what is it? Friends close, enemies closer.
Yeah, yeah. She is the apotheosis of public servant incompetence. The Pride of Hawaii. Maisie Hirono.
Yeah,
Can't make this up.
bless her heart.
These are facts. These are quotes. All right, people. Thanks. We'll see you on Monday. Hope you have a good Sabbath tomorrow. Enjoy your Sabbath, and we'll see what's happening in Israel.
Yeah,
and
let's-
Iran.
Let's hope
happens?
that thing comes to a finish quickly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone.
have a good day. Take care. Yeah, they didn't need this